All right, so tell me all that. So you just got interviewed by the news. So what's going on? You're opening a new wellness center?
Yes, it's a dream come true. I can't stop thanking the Lord. So we have been working in the virtual space for the past year, and we've been actively seeking a brick and mortar. Well, we found a brick and mortar. And so we will be opening our very first I See My Baby Women's Wellness Center in Southwest Georgia.
Wow.
Yes.
That's
Yes, yes.
amazing. Congratulations. Well, early congratulations.
Thank you so much. I need the good vibes. Yes, ma'am. So landlord said yes. We're negotiating the lease. I receive it. We are working with Atlanta to make sure that our birthing room is compliant. So when they come down, they only have to come
Wow.
down once. Yeah.
That's incredible. And this is, I mean, when we connected on Facebook and I looked at your website and I saw I See My Baby, I was like, this is so unique and so amazing. Like, I need to speak with you. I need to speak with this woman. And then once I learned more about you and your whole story, which I hope you share again, I was just like, my hair was standing up all over my body. I got all the
Oh.
feels, got super emotional, just, yeah, listening to your journey. So tell me about, what is I See My Baby?
I see my baby is basically you envisioning, you manifesting, and you believing that you're gonna have a baby. That is where I was. What was it? How old is my oldest? She's 9, so I guess 10 years ago. I was married almost 10 years, and literally I had that desire, to be a mother. It's like, okay, what is the song? The kids song, first comes love, then comes marriage, then comes the baby and the baby.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I needed that baby and the baby carriage. And so I was a believer, a Christian, going to church, all that good stuff, and it wasn't happening, right? And I had to really, really muster up some faith through my whole process. We went through the in vitro, it didn't work. And it's just like, oh my God, my husband's like, we're not going through this again. It broke you. I went through depression. I went through having a lack of faith. Like, you talk about a mustard seed, man, my faith was like, oh man. But I still had to muster it up. I had to bring it. There's the mustard word again. I had to bring it up, and I had to say, you know what, Lord, I know that you will give the desires of my heart. And I had to really see that baby without actually seeing that baby. So that is where the name came from. There's power in
And now you have
manifestation.
4 babies.
I
Yeah.
do. I do. And that was the goal. That anybody say, how many do you want? I would say, I want 4. I want to be like the old lady that lived in the shoe that had so many babies. She didn't know what to do. Just running around like, ah! And guess what I'm doing? I'm running around like, ah! So be careful what you
Oh
ask
my
for.
God. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but and so you were doing retreats or you have done retreats for women because of everything that you went through, and like, can you just talk about your experience of feeling like you had this lack of support and just people who really understood what you were going through?
Absolutely. So that's a loaded question. So I see my baby. A part of our program is a annual retreat. So we do the work 365 days. We're doing the work. We're healing. You're utilizing whether it's my course, my independent one-on-one coaching, or group session coaching. You're using the devotionals, the journals, and things of that sort. But we need time away. Away. Like, yes, we can get moments here and there, but like really 3, 4, 5 days secluded retreat time to process, to heal, to journal, to refocus, be recentered. And so that's the purpose of the annual retreat. And then your other part of your question was how I felt. So going through my journey, I had my mom, my dad, my sisters, I had cousins, friends. I had a whole village, thank God, around me, but I still felt alone. Here's the reason why. You don't understand what I'm going through. yeah, you may have
Yeah.
had a miscarriage, or yeah, you may have thought of having a kid, or you have kids, but you don't understand what it means to want a kid and cannot have a kid. And that is where you are not alone comes from, because all these people are around me. My mom was a praying warrior. And I mean, my husband, he would same thing, cover me, cover me, cover me. But it still was like I still don't have that person, that group to say, I really get you. And for me to know you really get me. You do. And
Yeah.
so that's why we built this community for those women that feel like, nope, they don't get me. You may have physical people around you, but they don't get a sense of what you're going through. I'm here to say, no, we do. And we're going to wrap our arms around you, and we're going to support you in whatever your journey entails.
That's really beautiful. Have you ever had like a woman go to one of your retreats and tell you like, I don't know, wow, this is different, or I feel so supported, or just share something like that?
Yes. So our very first retreat was last year in Brandywine, Maryland. And the women that came, they were documented and recorded. And basically they were saying like they didn't know what to expect, but this is way above and beyond what they expected. They thought, oh, for infertility, because some just came to in support of, me. But they were like, I walked away with so much. I walked away with a sense of sisterhood. I walked away with a sense of, hey, I can do this. They felt empowered.
Yeah.
Some woman, one woman in particular, she's a mom. She really didn't want to be a mom, but she's being supported in that and not judged. Like, okay, we can work through this. All right, we can help you. We can rally around you. But they really walked away
Yeah.
with some tangible tools and nuggets that they can now go. How do you say? Go out into the world and work through it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. I love that you're also like the space is open, not just for people that want kids, but I guess just struggling with an idea around kids. Like you said, like you have them, but you didn't necessarily want that, but here you are, and how do you deal with that? How do you show
Yes.
up and be a good mom even if you didn't choose it?
Exactly. And then I find the women that gravitate towards me that's like, Alicia, but my baby is not a real baby. My baby is my business. How do I birth that
What?
business? I'm like, I never thought about that. Let's talk
Oh,
about it. And so
yeah.
literally this year I made the sequel. It's I See My Baby, the business. I'm like, you ask and you receive.
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to have a mixture this year at our retreat of women that have the infertility, women that are like, nope, it's the infertility of my business. How do I get it up and going? How do I figure out what it is? How do I envision it, manifest, and believe this business? Writing this book, telling my
Yeah.
story, whatever it is, birthing it, bringing it to life, bringing it to fruition.
Ooh, I
So it's
love
taking a
that.
different direction, but I'm like, okay, but the whole point is a woman, and it's supporting that woman and what her life journey
Yeah.
is and helping her to navigate that journey, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's so powerful. There's a group. Actually, I'm going to be speaking. Is it tomorrow with Will Marie? She has a
Okay.
community it's called Life Without Kids,
Mm,
and so yeah, because there's a lot of stigma around
yeah.
women who don't want kids and not being able to, you know, share that openly, guilt free.
Right.
But what you're doing, I see it like as a unifying, like you said, it's like we are women, we are creators, and we can choose what we want to create, and we can support each other in whatever we want to create. And
That's
that's
it.
really beautiful.
Yes. Absolutely. And I have the resources for you. I have the stories. I am learning
Yeah.
the art of storytelling. I'm like, that means I'm getting old, but I have experience. So I have stories. I can help you,
Yeah.
because this life journey, how's this the comment saying now, life be lifing? So as women, like we really can rally around one another and help. It's not that you went through something. It's like, okay, yes, you learn from it, but I believe you go through something to help someone else, whether that's my children, whether that's another sister, someone that I meet along the way. And it happens that way. Like, you just get to talking and that story comes out, and I'm like, I cried through this situation, but I guess I cried about it to help you about it in this moment. So that's just how I see my servanthood.
Yeah. We are each other's medicine.
Yes, I like that. That's good. Yes.
So tell me about, because you also do these retreats with other women, leading in collaboration with other women, right?
Yes,
So
ma'am. I
what are
don't
the
have
some of
all
the
the
things?
answers. I don't. And I feel like, why not bring other women along and we just tag up and link up
Mm-hmm.
shoulder to shoulder? That's the same way that we're going to run the wellness center. There are dynamic women that have experiences. Like, one of the ladies, she lost her brother. He was only in his 20s. What does that look like? How do you carry on, right? How do you now find
Yeah.
your purpose? We had another young lady that was incarcerated, and by God's divine grace, she was released early, and now she's devoted her time to making sure kids and women do not fall into what she did, and then be able to, if you did, let me pick you up, sis, and let me show you how to carry on, and make it your life
Okay.
work. So it's just, the women are coming from all avenues of life. I have a woman that, she doesn't have children. However, her child is her baby, her business. And she is really nurturing that baby and birthing other women's babies, which are their businesses, helping them see what is in them and pulling it out, right? So I
Yeah.
can't do that all by myself. You wouldn't want to spend 4 days. I mean, I'm awesome, but you wouldn't want to spend 4 days just with me. You want to hear it from different aspects. And I may not resonate all the way with you, but then when you get a little sprinkle of me and a little sprinkle of someone else, you're like, yes, that's what I needed, right? So they need variety.
Yeah.
They need that flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I agree. I love that.
Yeah.
So what are some, I mean, as we talk about retreats, what are some of the key elements that make your retreats unique?
Yeah. So you're gonna have fun. Like, you're gonna smile,
Okay.
right? The tears can come, that's fine. But like, with the energy that's brought and the people that we select and God brings to us, you're gonna smile, you're gonna have a good time, you're gonna feel that energy, and you're gonna feel comfortable with saying, let me take the mask off. Because we walk around with that mask.
Mm.
We walk around,
Yeah.
and I want you to peel the legs back during the retreat. And so we create an environment that you feel comfortable. You're like, oh, this isn't a game. This isn't just a fanfare. Like, they really care about me. They really have been transparent about their life journey, and they want to see me elevate. And wherever I am, they want to see me come up to the next level. So I think that makes the
Yeah.
difference. Also, every year it's different. So last year
Hmm.
was great, and this year, listen, we're gonna be in Jamaica at a castle. Let's start right there. That is
At a
creating the
castle?
atmosphere.
Wow. I didn't
So,
know
and
there
I
were castles in Jamaica.
Well, listen, it's called the Patu Castle in the Grill. It is on the strip along the water. It is nice. He set this villa up like really nice, really nice. They have
Wow.
weddings there. They're known for weddings, but they've had a few retreats here and there, but they're really known. I mean, it's gorgeous. One of the ladies says she's bringing her tiaras to wear. I was like, bring it because you deserve it, queen. It is really, really nice. And the theme is she deserves. And so we're going to dive deep into Proverbs 31 to talk about that virtuous woman and her characteristics and what she deserves, because a lot of times we feel like, oh, I
Hmm.
don't deserve it. No, not for me. I shouldn't have
Yeah.
this. No, that's not true. Let's dive into it and let's see what God says that you deserve, sis. Let's do it. Yeah.
Is this the verse that says she is clothed in, that starts, she is clothed in, and then I can't remember the rest?
Oh, it's a whole lot. It's really long. So let me tell you what I did. I
Okay.
put the concept of she deserves, and I made an exclusive journal and notebook. And in that notebook, it gives all of touches on all of the verses. So I have a 30-day notebook, but I also have a 90-day devotional as well that goes with it, and the women will start doing the work during the retreat, and they have to finish it
Mm.
as they go along their path, and we go into that new year. So like it's some thought behind this, you know.
Yeah.
And we have activities are surrounding that, what she deserves, you know, the grounding, going in there, putting your feet in that sand and that water. It's just something about it. The womb healing, creating your own womb oil, and understanding what we hold in our womb as women. We hold everything in that area, and how we have to detox it and let it go in order for us to move forward
Yeah.
and progress in life. Yeah. So just a little
Yeah.
snippet of the things we'll be doing.
I like that. I like that. I have so many questions. I hate when I have so many and I have to pick one.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
okay. So, all right. My first question is this retreat open to anybody or it's only people that are part of the program?
Anyone, anyone can come. Any woman that has a desire. So it's not open to men. Next year we will have a component with the love camp that will be men and women, you know, couples. But this year is just
Oh,
women,
cool.
and whether it's an actual baby, like I said before, or it's your business, you know, it's you, even you grieving, like if you're going through something in life, you need this time.
Mm-hmm.
You
Yeah.
need this time away, and the tools that we give you, it literally crosses off all of those things: depression, anxiety, having a lack of faith, you know, not feeling worthy, all of the things that are common within us as women that we go through on a daily basis, really and truly.
Mm-hmm.
um yeah.
Okay. And how about, I mean, I love, like you said, you have a 90-day journal because
Yeah.
another question I was going to ask you was the integration. Like, how do you integrate this experience into your life after you leave the retreat? But it sounds
Yeah.
like, having this 90-day is one of the ways that you can continue that momentum.
Absolutely. 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 And with our speakers, we've gave a mixture, because I'm a Christian. This is a Christian organization. And so we have some ministers. We have some traditional ministers that'll probably be like
What's that? What does
Alicia.
that mean?
Alicia,
What's
fix your clothes.
traditional?
This is traditional. Fix your clothes. Fix your clothes.
Oh, I
Whereas we
see.
have
I
the
see.
ministers that are like,
Oh,
oh, that's cute. And God still loves you. That's cute, girl. You giving us something.
yes,
Yeah,
I
right.
agree.
So we that's a simplified way of saying it, right? So we have like the best
Mm,
of both worlds, where it's like, you know what, I really do need to be a little more rigid, right? Because with God, like you really got to
yeah.
stand strong, stand firm. In His word, there is no
Mm.
gray, there's black and white. Like He is very clear on what He's telling us to do. And then you have the millennials and the folks like me in these 40s that are like, I ain't trying to give it up just yet. Like, I still got it. You know, and they're like, all right, let's work with them. Let's work with them a little bit, right? So you're getting the best of both worlds. We have women that they're Christians, but it's like, all right, but I am a professional. I have a degree in mental health. I want to talk to you from that perspective. But I know that we respect and we honor God, but I also have a profession and the wisdom that He's given me in this lane to guide you and to give you tools. So I'm telling you, it's a plethora of just
Yeah.
wisdom that we're sprinkling into these 4 days, just to pour into the women. And then the way we break the sessions out, we give them time to actually relax, because you get so much information at times, like with conferences and retreats. It's like, well, where's the true relaxation? And so we build that in. We have all the food coming to us so you can eat, because you know when you eat, you really
Mm,
just feel
mm-mm.
good.
Oh, and Jamaican
Well,
food, oxtail. I'm just
yes,
thinking of.
authentic Jamaican food, authentic. We
Mm,
eating good. We're doing
that
yoga
sounds
on
really
the
good.
beach. Yeah, it's gonna be a really
Okay.
good time.
I'm going to ask you a question that maybe is a little taboo. So you can decide if
Okay,
you want to answer it. But when you mentioned cleansing the space and removing things, is part of that dealing with maybe sexual trauma that a lot of women carry that need to be released from
absolutely.
the body?
Absolutely. Previous partners that you may have had. Also, for hygiene purposes, every time we have a menstrual and we menstruate on, everything doesn't leave. And so it's still there. And a part of the wellness center, we're going to have yoni steam, a yoni steam room. We're going to have yoni steam stations. So in addition to, you doing your womb oil, you praying and you manifesting good things in those areas, we're going to also have the herbal cleansing as well to help you to detox and to remove it. It also has properties
Wow.
that I love. I just can't wait till we open because I haven't had one in months. But it helps with hot flashes. It helps if you have any cramps. It helps if you have depression. Believe it or not, if you have depression, if you go through anxiety, the yoni steam is proven that it helps with that. Of course, along with therapy and your other tools that you use, but there's just something about that area that's really just holding things, and you just have to release it. You gotta let it go.
Yeah.
You gotta let it go. Yeah.
I've never done one before. I've heard a lot about it. So please excuse my ignorance and enlighten
Yeah.
me. Enlighten me because I've heard that
Absolutely.
sometimes, yeah, I heard that you could, like, it's easy to get infections or like bacteria. So I haven't tried it because I'm a germaphobe. So I'm like, yeah, that sounds cool. I'm not going to do it. But all the benefits you mentioned make me feel like, I want to try, you know? So
They're all
how do you feel
natural
about the
ingredients.
bacteria and stuff?
So first thing
Mm,
is do your research on the person that's giving you the yoni steam, or if you're doing it yourself. There are people that want to
okay.
put like oils and things inside of it. That's not traditionally how it's done. It's not. Those essential oils and things should not go in that area, right? Um,
Okay.
some people may say, you can use salts, and if there's a difference, is it natural salt or is it the Himalayan salt that you cook with pink salt, right? But with the yoni steam, it is just basic herbs that you literally drink as tea, that you can drink as tea, right? Dandelions and things that you can drink as tea. And there are different ways and mixtures for yoni steam. It depends on what your purpose is. So for our wellness center, we're going to have a general blend that can support infertility and just the natural cleansing yoni. With anything, yes, you could have infections or what have you, but that wouldn't have been the cause of the yoni steam. Now we do have
Okay.
on our checklist, we ask, like, do you have any open sores? Do you have an IUD? Do you have any known infections? Like if you have an STD or whatever the case may be, and you're going through a flare up, then I would say to you, no to your yoni steam, right? Are you on your cycle? I would say to you, no to your yoni steam. If you're pregnant, absolutely not. Do not have a yoni steam because it
Oh,
helps the uterus to contract. So yoni steams are if you're
okay.
trying to get pregnant before then, to purge, to cleanse, and to help, because it also helps the moisture. It helps with that as well. It helps with your mood. If you're like, I don't really feel like it. Oh, you will after your yoni. Okay.
Just let's get a little steamy in there and you'll be ready to
Yes,
go.
yes. 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 So I say try it. So I'm adventurous anyway.
Okay.
When I first did my first yoni, it was in Laurel, Maryland, and I got a girlfriend from work to go, and my mom was about anything. She was just like, Alicia, let's do it. I'm like, you for real, mom? And we just went and we did it. So I'll try anything. It could have been the worst thing ever in life, right? I did it. It was phenomenal. And then I never thought anything else of it because I was on this journey, right? And I had started having kids and all, so I'm fine. And then a few years later, we had it again. And when I tell you the benefit, like you could smell the herbs months later. And I'm like, and my friend,
Wow.
we did it together because we did it as a party. And so their significant others was like, what does Alicia have you doing? Because I'm always having them. And like, you're going to go and you guys are going to just sit there on a pot. Da, 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 da. And so when they did it, we had mimosas and we just had the music going. It was a great
Mm.
vibe. And so everybody, like we were texting afterwards and they were like, as soon as I got home, like I felt the effects and I was like, come on, baby, to her husband. And I was like, okay, that's good. The other one was like, I still smell the herbs. Like, is this natural? And I texted the lady and she was like, yeah, it's supposed to. Yeah, it's a good thing. We had some ladies that went back on their own. For me, I go back on my own. Since I've been here in Georgia, we don't have one unless I travel an hour away. So I'm like, we need to open so I can do my own steaming in my own, center. Some people, depending
Yeah.
on what's going on with you, what your diagnosis is, you can do a yoni once a week, literally. Once a week. It's natural, it's therapeutic. Some women do it at home, reading a book, just sitting there, listening with their ear pods in, listening to music or what have you. It's your time. It's a part of your self-care. And it's
Mhm.
natural. You literally can drink
Yeah.
the not after your yoni, but you can
What?
drink the herbs that you
Okay.
don't drink. No, but I'm just saying you can drink those herbs that you're using. So it's natural. It's
Yeah.
not toxic to your body. But hey,
Mhm.
everybody has something to say about
That's
everything.
cool. Yeah. And now I think about it, like I forget yodi. Yoni is just a word for the vagina, right? And I think I was thinking
Yeah.
about the egg,
They
not the
have the egg
steam.
too. Yeah, they have the egg too.
Mhm.
I'm just afraid that I'm not strong enough and it'll just go bloop. So I never tried like the egg thing for your muscles. Even after babies, they're
Yeah.
like, you can try to use it. I'm just like, I'll stop thinking about it and I'll be embarrassed. Like,
Yeah.
just,
Yeah, feeling like a goose that just laid an egg
yes.
like bloop. Oh, sorry.
Yep. And then they also have like yoni capsules. I've never tried that either. I'm
Oh,
just not like a
wow.
suppository type woman. I just don't. I just. It's not my thing. But
Okay.
the steaming, yeah, we can do that. Yeah,
That's really cool. Thank you for sharing all of that. It's like it got me
no
really excited
problem.
and now I really want to try it.
Yes, yes.
So, talking about retreats, tell me what is the most challenging aspect for you when it comes to like leading or organizing retreats?
I need a team. Last year, it was cool. My best friend stepped in and she came. I got through it. This
Mm.
year, I have a team, right? But I'm like, no, I need a bigger team. And even though it takes more because then you have to check in with everyone, but what I have going on with my 4 children, they're very active. I'm a wife. I can't keep going on like this. I really need some support, or I need some solid systems in place to vet out the Q&As, to make sure tickets are being done, the marketing component, coordinating with the facility we're going to be at, the menu. Like, I really need more help and more support as we're growing and getting bigger.
Okay. That's a good problem to have,
It
I
is.
think. Yeah. What has been the most challenging during the retreat? Like, or the way I've been phrasing this is like, what is the craziest thing that has happened that has been like shocking?
So the craziest thing, so for last year, it was that I gave certain time frames and we went beyond it. And so it's like, okay, well, do you build in flexibility? Because you can't tell the lady, all right, like, cut your story short. Like, how do you work and navigate through the time thing? So I just allowed it to go over. But I said, what if it
Mm.
wasn't a property that you own and you had like a time constraint? Like, how do you build in that flexibility? So I would say that would be challenging. And then also, I want to participate too. So how can you participate too, but then be cognizant of your time management, make sure the food is ready, giving eye contact for certain things to be done. So that was a challenge last year as well.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, more support, and like you said, just having somebody there, like that's doing administrative stuff and making sure all
Yes,
the logistics are taken care of.
yes, yes.
That's cool. Okay, so tell me about. I'm looking at the questions.
Okay.
What are some of the stigmas? Because it says here addressing sensitive topics. Like what are some of the stigmas that a lot of people share around infertility?
You're a woman. Why can't you have a baby? Especially in African cultures, like, it's frowned upon. Like, you're supposed to be able to have kids. Like, what's wrong with you? You're less than a woman
Mm.
because you can't have kids. It's like, no, that's not true. Could be my anatomy, could be my genealogy, could be a simple fix. that I just have to dig deeper, be more aggressive with advocating for answers and tests from my doctor, and being okay if truly it's not my destiny to have children. I'm okay. I'm still a woman. I'm still fulfilled. I would say that's one. And then also, going through depression and anxiety. A lot of people, especially in the Christian world, they're like, pray about it, talk to your minister. God will get you through. And that is true. God will get you through, but he also enlightened and inspired medical professionals, right? To give them the tools to support you when prayer by itself is sometimes just not enough. You may need that person to talk to. You may need that plan. You may need some
Yeah.
type of medication, or my little one is like, what are you doing? You
Yeah.
may need that support, in addition to prayer. I always say Jesus and therapy, it goes together. So just break that
Yeah.
stigma up. Yeah.
It's like that story about prayer and God sending the boats or the ships. And the ship went by and it's like, no, no, God's going to save me. All right. Send three
Mhm.
ships. Like, I sent you through three ships. Do you feel like these retreats, like this space that you create at your retreats, helps women to be more vulnerable and address these types of things in ways that they wouldn't be able to, like let's say at church or just with friends, like they're really able to get
Absolutely.
deep?
Absolutely. And it's funny because my best friend was like, well, let me tell you this right now. I'm not gonna be up in here crying. I'm not gonna be up here. And she had to get the tissue. And I'm like, yeah, the same thing you said you were not going to do. Okay. Because the atmosphere is created. You just let
Yeah.
your guard down. And it's like, I really feel heard. I really feel like I belong here. I really feel like you relate to what I'm going through. Because it, like in my world, I deal with kids, my kids, right? And my husband. You got to get that kitchen clean, get that food cooked. They're crying. They have all these emotions. So I don't have time to be like, I don't feel good. I don't. This is how I'm feeling today. I feel like, no, you got to play your role. But at the retreat, it's like, sis, I don't have to worry about anyone. Like, I can really dive deep and look inwardly at Alicia. What is going on with her? Why she cut her hair
Yeah.
off? Why is she wearing this? Or why is she acting like this? And really do some true self-reflection.
Hmm. Can you share like the most beautiful transformation that you've witnessed from one of these retreats? Oh, I can't wait.
I'm gonna use I'm gonna use myself. I'm gonna use
Okay.
myself. Going into the retreat, I was listening to what God told me. I had a dream. And I woke up and I told my husband, I said, babe, I've been looking for this retreat space. And God told me, look at your house. You can have your retreat really right here. And we have a beautiful property in Brandywine, Maryland. And it literally is trying to set up like a retreat. Like when you walk, you come in, the drive, everything about it. You have the acreage, everything. And I was like, okay, God. And I was like, I'm going to do this retreat. And I'm just blind faith, putting everything together. And I got up and I opened it up and I just said, whatever you are here to receive, receive it. I can't tell you what you're here to receive because I don't know. I just know God told me to have this retreat. And that's what I'm doing. And I'm just providing the environment and the opportunity. And started checking off the list on speakers. And I got yes, 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 yes. Me for real? Yes, 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 yes. And the speakers came. I mean, I had so many speakers. I was like, thank you, Lord. And just to see the conversation, how it unfolded. And with the speakers, because I didn't have the experience, I didn't know like how to prep them and say, you need to do this, you need to focus on that, here's what you're going to talk about, and then just use your expertise. I was just like, what, however it flows, let it flow. And when I tell you it was
Hmm.
beautiful, when I tell you it was a beautiful experience, and for me, I was like, Alicia, God is showing you, I see my baby going to the next level, and how women really need this space. They need this sisterhood. They need an environment where whatever their situation is, they feel comfortable enough. Sorry for the noise. Those are my kids. Real life,
It's
real life.
okay.
But
Yeah.
those are the things, those are the things that they can work through right here during your retreat. So for me, it was enlightening, and it just unfolded the purpose. It's just started manifesting. The purpose of I See My Baby, it
Wow.
just unfolded right there.
That's amazing. How many of these retreats have you done now?
I've only done one. So we started last year. We dove right in with our webinars and events, and we had our first retreat last year, November this time. And it was perfect because a lot of people talk about vision boards, they talk about the new year, and it's like, well, why not reflect and work on you and do that deep work during this time as we're going right into the new year? So I said, thank you, Lord.
Yeah.
And then I had the naysayers that were like, oh, it's too close to the holiday. I'm like, okay, you do other things close to the holiday. Why not a retreat? Oh, do you think people will
Hmm.
come? Do you think they'll buy into it? They need to know more. And I was like, I'm doing it. God said to go, and I'm going. And I'm doing it. And it worked. Same thing with this year.
Hmm.
God said to go. They're like, Jamaica, why not? We go there to vacation and stuff. Why not a retreat for ourselves, right? So
Wow.
I'm on a journey.
That's such a great testament to following your intuition, because a lot of times we do get caught up like, what's the best season? When do we think people go on vacation? Like, what is the month to pick? But sometimes you just got to go with what you're being guided or led or being what you see. It's like, this is
Yes.
it. I'm going to follow it.
Yes. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Hmm. And what about oh, I just lost it. Come back to me. Come back
Come
to
on back.
me.
Come on
Um,
back.
it's when you said that you were the holidays and oh, it's gone. It's gone.
Like your vision board. We talked about, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was right. It was right in there. It wasn't, it's not supposed to come out, I guess.
Don't you
Um,
hate that? It'll
oh,
come
oh,
back.
yes, yes, yes. It came back. It came back. Okay.
Good.
So for the community, because you were like, yeah, the naysayers, are people going to show up and whatever. So how did you get it filled? Like, did you already have a thriving community before that? Or was it a lot of word of mouth? Was it mostly online marketing? Was it people in your area?
So it was a lot of marketing online and prayer. I'm like, Lord, help me. And then also the word of mouth. You like, you go
Okay.
into a party and you're like, well, I don't really know anybody but the host, so friend, come with me. Come with me. And so that's how we got the seats filled. And actually, someone popped up and didn't have a ticket, and I was like,
Oh,
so my friend, I had to hurry up, and I'm the type, I'm like, you're not gonna leave here by yourself. You're not gonna feel slighted. But I'm like, you didn't get a ticket. How'd you get here? But it was overbooked.
well,
Don't
that's
do that in
that's
Jamaica,
good.
y'all. Don't do it.
So how do you feel the dynamic is with friends? Because I was talking to Chelsea, who I did an interview with here, and she was saying that sometimes she prefers that friends don't come together because they tend to not open up as much. Or do you find that it's different?
So my friends know me, and I use that friend term. I don't use it loosely. Like if I say you're a friend, oh, I really let you in, and I feel like if I really let you in, why wouldn't I allow you at the retreat? And then I
Hmm.
have a personality of such that I'm an open book anyway. So you probably already know half the stuff I'm going to say, and then
Okay.
you have an unbiased party that's the speaker. And I'm sure my friends will be like, Alicia, you listening? So I'm okay with friends coming. I feel like if that's your support system, you guys go out and have a good time together. You guys cry, you guys fuss and complain and carry on about your lives together. So why not come and heal together? You're doing it really
Hmm.
anyway, but you're doing it without the tools that you're going to get at the retreat. So I think it's
Yeah.
friends, come on. Now, if it's something that you're dealing with that you're being secretive of, or not even secretive, you're just being very discreet, and you think it may come out during the retreat. Now that's a situation that it's like, okay, I can see where you wouldn't invite your friend, but then I would ask you, is that your friend?
Hmm.
Is that your friend? Because they should know that something is off, something is going on. And if you can't trust your friend with that information, that is not truly your friend.
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
that's true. Yeah. I agree. I agree. You should be able to show your whole self.
Mm-hmm.
Um, well, so thank you for that. I think we've addressed most of the questions. So the
All right.
only last thing I want to ask you is, what advice do you have for other people who are hosting retreats?
Follow your dream. Follow your dream. Do not allow others to change your direction or change your vision. I did that the beginning of the planning stages for this retreat, and then at the ending came right back full circle to my original vision, what God gave me, and things are just moving seamlessly. So I would say just stay true to whatever your focus point is, whatever your niche is, or niche, however you want to say it. And don't allow your planning committees or your public relations person, they can help you kind of fine tune it, but stay true to your focus and your intent of your retreat. And be okay if you don't have the number that you needed. Just know that you have the impact. That who's supposed to be at the retreat will be at the retreat. Period. That's it.
Yeah, great advice. Really good advice. So, what about you? Do you have a question? Like, if you could ask the retreat expert any question, what would it be?
I would say, is there a guide out there that literally can take you from point A to point Z of a phenomenal retreat? In the sense of, you're not telling me what to do, but you kind of are. You kind of are, right? But
Yeah.
it's like, okay, your subject matter could be mental versus the infertility versus yoga versus being able to find, yourself, or whatever the case may be, like different retreats, but just a way to help me navigate through the whole entire process, instead of just figuring out, because I've done events, but a retreat is completely different than an event.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially when you start getting into international and insurance and things like that,
Yes.
right? Yes. Yeah.
Transportation and,
Mm.
yeah, shipping stuff and,
Exactly. Yeah. All the
yeah.
things. All the
Yes.
things. So, is there anything else you want to say before we close the call?
I appreciate you having me here. The retreat is once a year, but that work that we do to build up to it is really important. And I would love for people to follow our journey, even though we're here in Georgia and also supporting Maryland. The goal is for us to be in multiple states, because you need us. You need us.
Yeah.
So if you want to partner up, if you have some ideas on how we can navigate and partner together, listen, I love jumping on planes and stuff like that. Just reach out to me. Let's do it. It's unity and strength and unity.